Hi, my name is Nick Spilger, and this is my persuasive speech on why overpopulation threatens the planet Earth. Arnold Joseph Toynbee, a British historian, wrote a 12-volume novel on the rise and falls of civilization called A Study of History, and I think he said it best. We have been godlike in our planned breeding of our domesticated plants and animals, but we have been rabbit-like in our unplanned breeding of ourselves. Arnold is talking about overpopulation on planet Earth. The world's population as of 2010 was approximately 5 billion, and that number is growing at an alarming rate with each coming year. It is predicted that the world's population will reach the 9 billion mark by 2050. And this makes overpopulation a very real and serious topic, and that everyone should be concerned where the planet Earth is going. Overpopulation threatens planet Earth for three main reasons. First, overpopulation harms the environment. Second, overpopulation harms people. And thirdly, overpopulation needs to be controlled. Firstly, overpopulation harms the environment. In an article titled 5.4 billion and counting by Franklin Hoke for the scholarly reviewed journal Environment, he says, Earth is running out of natural resources and we're not putting them back at a high enough rate. Moreover, increasing population in industrial nations place disproportionately heavy burdens on Earth's natural resources. For example, the United States has 5% of the world's population, and we account for over 25% of the global energy consumption. Aside from using these natural resources, there are several different environmental factors that overpopulation affects. A couple of them are deforestation, desertification, air pollution, and global warming. But according to Lawrence Smith, president of the Population Institute, cited an article written for CNN by Ann Hoible in 2008, if the water goes, the species goes. Considering there's water all around us, with 97% of it being salt water, only 3% of it is available to humans for human consumption. So the accessibility of water, the competition for water, and the availability of water is going to be a major, major threat if overpopulation continues. Understanding how overpopulation harms the environment is just one step in being informed on how overpopulation threatens our planet Earth. In addition to understanding that overpopulation harms the environment, we also need to understand, secondly, that overpopulation harms people. In an article titled Global Overpopulation Threatens World Stability, written by Morris Beachloss, he concludes that the U.S. has doubled to 320 million, while Europe has seen decreases in its overall population throughout the last decade. And this increase in population in the U.S. has put a hurt on the string of entitlements dating back to FDR, Johnson, and Nixon eras, during which Social Security, welfare, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and debit cards were all initiated. And if we see a large increase and we're not able to pay out all those things, being that the U.S. has a huge stand in the world economy, we could have some very serious issues on our hands. As we all know, with overpopulation, we will need to find new ways to feed all the people on the earth. Along with feeding these people, we need to find places to put them. It's a pretty vicious cycle. Finding a place to put these people, then we run out of farmland to grow the crops to feed them. It's back and forth. Understanding that overpopulation harms people further illustrates how overpopulation threatens planet Earth. Furthermore, aside from overpopulation being harmful to the environment and people, we need to combine both these facts from them and realize, thirdly, overpopulation needs to be controlled. Thirdly, overpopulation needs to be controlled. In the same article titled 5.4 billion and counting by Franklin Hoke, written for Environment, he states, in a major new campaign to focus attention on world overpopulation, the Population Crisis Committee, based in Washington, D.C., has declared a priority statement on the population to try to galvanize leaders and citizens to confront the issue more aggressively of overpopulation. This statement was endorsed by over 60 other countries, and this shows how important that overpopulation is and how we need to control it over time. Even if we can't stop it, we need to find ways to control it. In an article written about ways to control overpopulation by Joel Katz in 2011, she states that by boosting the advocacy of birth control, we can help solve the crisis of overpopulation. She does address the fact that there are a host of obstacles, but if we can find ways to educate and get these birth control to people all over the world, that we can control the rate at which we reach overpopulation. Some other ways we can do that would be to educate young women and to educate third world and developing countries. Knowing that overpopulation needs to be controlled is a crucial step in understanding that overpopulation threatens planet Earth. Nonetheless, even though overpopulation cannot be stopped, even though it's harmful to the environment and people, it can be controlled if we take the right steps in the future. Overpopulation is a crisis that needs to be attacked by everyone in the world. It needs to be controlled because it's harmful to the environment and people. Just going saving green route to save natural resources is not going to cut it. This is accurately described in a quote by Roger Martin. Indefinite population growth is physically impossible on a finite planet. We cannot stop the inevitable, but we can each do our part to help it. You yourself must find a way to contribute, whether that be by practicing safe sex or educating others around you. If we ourselves get this movement started, we can help the overpopulation problems that are going to be reaching our nation and nations throughout the world. Overpopulation threatens planet Earth. This is demonstrated by 3 main points. First, overall population harms the environment and everything around us. Secondly, overpopulation harms people, by being that the economy. And thirdly, overpopulation needs to be controlled by various ways through birth control, educating young women, and educating developing and new countries.